What is up, world, and welcome to Studio de Jeffrey. Today, we are going to play a game called Who's Going to Be Available at number 10 for the Cowboys, because it is draft week, and we got enough rumorooskis abound that we can start making some educated guesses. And I'm going to do so with the help of my friend Dane Brugler. If you're not familiar with Dane, he's a friend of mine. We used to do Trust the Tape together. He's at The Athletic now, and he talks to a lot of different NFL people. So, with the help of Dane, we can try to narrow this thing down and try to figure out what are the Cowboys going to be looking at when they're on the clock. This is his guess at the top 5. And then I'll give you the rumorooskis that try to get us down all the way to number 10. So, Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, Kyle Pitts at 4, and Jamar Chase at 5. With that established, if that is the way that it goes, we move to number 6. Rumorooskis are that if the board falls that way, that at number 6, you'd likely be looking at Jalen Waddle, Alabama wide receiver, going number 6. Then you get to 7. And at 7, rumorooskis are the Detroit Lions are open for business. That if you would like to pick number 7, you call up the Detroit Lions and you say, hey, here's what we'd like to give you. One team that I would keep an eye on, I think there's a couple of teams actually. Anybody that wants to come up for quarterback, or the Chargers, who Justin Herbert is currently campaigning to try to get Penei Sewell. Maybe Chargers come up and take at number 7 Penei Sewell. Then we get to number 8, because I'm going to go ahead and put Sewell there at 7. Detroit could sit there and pick Justin Fields, and they would be smart to. If Justin Fields is really available that late in the draft, then the entire world's stupid. But, excuse me, I'm going to go 6, Jalen Waddle, 7, Penei Sewell, 8, Carolina, I believe, is Rashawn Slater. I think I'm going to lose my offensive lineman at 7 and 8. I think that's what's going to happen. Denver at 9 is the wild card. I think it's a prime spot for, first of all, as I have previously reported here on Studio de Jeffrey, that Philly's interested in getting up to 9 and taking Patrick Surtain, or perhaps a different corner, but I believe it's Patrick Surtain. But they're interested in coming up and doing that. So, following those rumorooskis, when you get to number 10, there is a chance that both J.C. Horn is available and one or two quarterbacks are available, which sets up the Cowboys for the exact opposite of the doomsday scenario. This is the glory days. Glory hole? The glory hole scenario. Because you'll have a corner sitting there that you might really, really like, and you could just go ahead and take him if you should so choose. And another option that you have is trading down for a haul with quarterbacks on the board. So that is our best look, our best guess as of today at how this thing might look. Hold on, I got a Face ID on my laptop. Ha! Because now it's time to get to your mailbag questions of the day. Remember, you can leave in the comments on youtube.com/Jeff Cavanaugh on this video. That is where I pull questions from. Jeffrey with the wet hair don't care. Currently answering your questions. Andrew, he says, thank you, Jeff. Great content. Started watching your 105.3 stuff. Really impressed. Here's my question. I feel this number change is a money grab from the NFL to make up for lost revenue from last year. What do you think? Yes, absolutely. Anytime the NFL does something, it's because the owners can make a ton of money. That's why they do everything. Okay? Robert Cartwright, can you list off your best and favorite run-stopping D tackles in the draft and where you would draft them? I surely can. My favorite run stoppers... My favorite one technique, my favorite nose tackle in this class is probably Alim McNeill at NC State. And I have him graded as a second-round player, but I couldn't imagine that for a nose tackle he would be my top-graded player at 44. So 75 is where you would want to take Alim McNeill in my world. My second favorite run-stopping nose tackle is Marlon Tuipulotu at USC. And again, we're talking about nose tackles. Like McNeill has some upside to potentially be a good pass rusher because he's got a really good first step. Tuipulotu and all these other guys, I think, are more likely just run stoppers. And for me, that gets graded in the 3rd round or the 4th round, depending how good you are. So Tuipulotu is there in the 3rd round. Tommy Togiai at Ohio State in the 3rd round. Bobby Brown from Texas A&M I have as a 3-4 cheater grade, and his tape is probably better than all of theirs at his best. He's just not at his best often enough. And then you got Tyler Shelvin, LSU there in the 4th round. Tonga from BYU there. Odigizua at UCLA is interesting because he's 280 pounds, but he kind of plays like a nose tackle. I have him as a 4th round guy, so there you go. There's you some run, stop, and defensive tackles. Dal Chamberlain said, deep dive question, any linebackers drafted that make you comfortable to not pick up the Leighton Vander Esch option? Yeah. I mean, you can not pick up a 5th-year option. It doesn't mean that the guy's gone after this year. You could not pick it up, and then at the end of the year, you want to sign him, and you sign him. And he likes being here, and he still wants to be here, and you just move forward, and it's all good. But linebackers who you'd like to have on the roster, Nick Bolton, that's my guy. Nick Bolton, Missouri, you pick him at 44, and he's gonna be ready to play Mike tomorrow in the NFL, middle linebacker. So Nick Bolton at Missouri, of course. Jamin Davis, Kentucky at 44. Baron Browning, Ohio State, ideally at 75. Jabril Cox, LSU, ideally at 75. And then I guess you could throw in Pete Werner, who I have a 3rd-round grade on, but some people are starting to talk about he may potentially climb all the way to the 1st round. So those are linebackers that would make me not pick up Leighton Vander Esch's 5th-year option. Alex, how big is the drop-off from your top 3 O-linemen to Notre Dame's Liam Eichenberg? Well, it's not even top 3. There's more than that in front of Eichenberg. Rashawn Slater is my top offensive lineman at Northwestern. Penei Sewell is number 2 at Oregon. Elijah Vera Tucker, USC, guard, and then tackle last year is my 3rd offensive lineman. My 4th one is Christian Darrisaw at Virginia Tech. Top 3 guys, 1st-round grades. These next 2, 1-2 cheater grades. Christian Darrisaw and Tevin Jenkins at Oklahoma State. Then at the top of the 2nd round, I have Alabama's Alex Leatherwood ahead of Eichenberg. So there's a gap from the Slater, Sewell, Vera Tucker to Darrisaw and Jenkins. There's a gap from Darrisaw and Jenkins to Leatherwood and Eichenberg and Sam Cosmi. That is how my offensive linemen stack up. Let's see here. If the Cowboys get this is Andrew Howell. If the Cowboys get the cornerback pick at 10, what do you think they will do in round 3? Well, that depends what they do in round 2. You know, if I'm drawing the ideal roadmap for fixing the defense, I think it probably looks like cornerback, safety at 44, and then at 75 and 99, maybe a combination between edge rusher, defensive tackle, and linebacker of some sort. That, I think, is the perfect roadmap, but that doesn't mean the safety you want will be available at 44. So maybe it gets turned around a little bit, and at 44, you've got to take an edge rusher because it's the best player available. Okay, so be it. And then at 75, we got to look at a safety like Jamar Johnson at Indiana or whoever else might be available at that later juncture. And then at 99, maybe I'll slap a defensive tackle in there, a little run stopper. It'll be great. Dustin, if the Cowboys pick Pitts, does that automatically mean we trade Gallup? No. Not enough footballs for everyone. Maybe Gallup 44 and 75 gets you 15. No. There's plenty of footballs. Plenty of footballs. A good quarterback throws for 4,500 yards to 5,000 yards. There are plenty of footballs for 4 dudes to catch with those numbers available, I promise. It's all good. You don't worry about it. So, yeah, if Kyle Pitts is available, what you do is you pick him, and then if you're a drinker, you go take shots in celebration, and then you move on with your day. That's what you do with Kyle Pitts. Let me see. Did I have one more? I thought I had one more. Michael says, I hate it when I miss the live videos, youtube.com/Jeff Cavanaugh. But keeping all my notifications off except for text has been life-changing for me. I get it. I understand it. I appreciate the Noti gang. But I'm also the same guy who deletes the Twitter app off of his phone periodically because it's staring at your phone all day is poison. It's poisonous. So you got to make your decisions. You got to make your decisions and do what you got to do. All right, make sure you're checking 1053thefan.com every day. Lock it in from 2 to 7. That's when you'll hear myself, Brian Broaddus, Gavin Dawson, Lucius Alexander. And we're getting ready. It's draft week, baby. Leave in the comments what you would like to hear about tomorrow as we are counting it down and getting ready to draft them up. Rumorooskis, woo-woo. Remember, be cool to everybody. You have no idea what anybody else is going through. And I love you. Bye.